Welcome to the Mindstorm Productions podcast with your hosts, Mindstorm and Auntie Ange.
A bit of thunder in the background.
Hello.
Are we up again?
We're on now.
Are we on?
We have some technical difficulties.
Again, we seem
Again.
to have something every week.
Every
If
time.
it's one thing or another, or something goes wrong, is it an omen telling us not to do this?
Yeah. Well, hello everyone. Mindstorm here, and
Auntie Ange again. Shall I tell you what I just said and wasn't streaming? That I put stuff in the garden because I was moving
we were
furniture
saying
around.
about the shower and then we'll out the garden.
Oh yeah, my shower. I'm not long got out of the shower, as you can tell, wet hair. And rearranging things around.
Yeah, we've
Put
had
my books in the garden.
A mild disaster today.
Because I was moving bookshelves around.
We moved some stuff around. We had some papers, memorabilia, books, etc. outside while we quickly just moved some things around the house. And it just suddenly poured it down. And we had to frantically carry everything in the house.
I've got my electric air on the go to dry some of my books up. Not a brilliant day today, I don't think, on things like that. But worse things happen at sea. It was quite an exciting time when I came off air last week, didn't I? I never got around to saying ta to anybody. Thanks to my cat.
Ah, yeah.
Who happens not to be seen around today.
Yeah, he seems
Pulling
to
the
have wandered
curtains
off.
across.
We
My friend, if I saw some count.
wanted to have a little rant today, didn't we, about some things as written on the board behind me.
Refund vouchers.
Yeah, while the dogs
yes.
fight in the background.
Can you see him fighting away? We had, you know when you take something back to the shops and instead of refunding your money now, they give you the vouchers. And I think that is so wrong. And they want to know why businesses aren't doing well or people aren't buying like they used to. Because your changing rooms are absolutely awful. The mirrors are disgusting. The lighting is that bad. It makes, especially women, are so paranoid about the figures and what they look like. So 9 times out of 10 they don't end up buying because they don't like it. You end up buying something, and when you take it back,
Hey, don't you dare!
buying something, they give you vouchers. You get credit notes. Vouchers or credit notes, and I think that's wrong. If you used your money to purchase something, they should then give it you back. But they don't. They just, and to me, that's robbing.
They do that as a sleazy way, so then, like, you have to come back and spend your money anyway.
Yeah, I know. It's wrong, though. It is wrong because they're making you buy things.
Because technically they haven't really given you money back.
They've stole your money.
They've kept the money, they've just...
I got £6 something with Dorothy Perkins, and I'm trying to get that money back off them. And then they go, oh, something about... you haven't claimed it back at a certain time. That's it. Well, actually, that's stealing, because if I walked into your clothes shop, I go, right, you owe me 10 quid. I'm going to take them pair of jeans that cost 10 quid. I'll get arrested. But companies like the big ones, Burton's, because Burton's own Topshop, Burton's themselves, Dorothy Perkins, but they can take your money off you, but you can't prosecute them. But they can get the police on you for stealing. But they've stolen in a white collar way and not the blue collar way. So that does my head. And I think there should be some sort of law to stop this, you know.
To protect the customer.
And I see somebody's on Twitter about Boris, about how he should have a holiday and this, that and the other. And yeah, fair enough, he was at death door. But I'm quite happy wanting to have a meeting with Boris and all the other MPs, because the way the system is on universal credits is absolutely wrong. So that's 2 lots, which I don't want to get too political, because we're not about that. Yeah. And the other rant is brand new bloody houses. Oh,
New
and the other
builds.
one, animals.
Oh.
How stupid are people paying £1,300 for a dog? Really, seriously? When I was younger, growing up, and there's a box standard cat, or a house cat, or whatever you want to call it, and you wanted it, they used to give you the kittens for free. Now, you're paying about 50 quid for a kitten. And I'm like, you seriously? You know, and I think it's these people that offer to give you money for an animal. You've encouraged this behaviour, because all you've done is encourage greed. Where if I was going to get an animal, I would get it from the rescue place at the end of the day because it's only fair. But I do think you're idiots. That's all I can say. You got your neighbour 3 doors down selling you a cat for 50 quid and you want to buy that cat, well, bigger for you.
There's also one of the things that encourage breeding, isn't it?
And puppy farms and stuff. Because it's greed. It's all down to greed today. And it annoys me. It absolutely winds me up because people think it's easy money. And the only people that can stop it is actually yourselves by going, no, actually, I'm not paying £1,500 for your dog, for that puppy, even though it's cute, because it's going to wreck my furniture. It's going to piddle all over my house. And never that, I'm going to end up paying arm and a leg on vet fees. So no, actually, if I'm going to have your pet, I'd rather have it next to nothing or practically free. Simple. And that's all it's about. It's a little greedy. I've never paid for you lot, have I? No, I haven't.
No, look at him, he's sitting up on the pillow.
I know.
Like he's
But I
some
don't.
royalty.
I don't believe in it all. It's like a certain branded pet shop. They used to breed hamsters on their own premises. Now they've got a factory. So hamsters aren't as cute and as adorable as they used to be because they're breeding in a big warehouse. They put on a lorry. They then ship that lorry to that specific brand name pet shop to sell your guinea pigs or hamsters or anything else. What's happening to that animal? That little baby is getting stressed out of its tiny little head. Don't know what it's going. Travelling miles all to go into a pet shop for you to buy. And the only way you can stop doing this is by stop buying. And only buy if they're breeded on the premises. Because I know somebody who works in one of these name pet shops, and she said when she first started years ago, they used to do their own breeding there and then, and they were loving it. She goes, now, she says, you can't handle a hamster because they're vicious. Because the way they're transported. And guess what? It's all down to you buyers. It's all down to you lot being greedy and buying. And until you lot out there step aside and go, actually, no, we're not willing to pay 30 quid for a guinea pig that's been breeded in a great big warehouse factory, then no, we're not. We're only willing if you, let's say, a town, Stoke-on-Trent, if that named pet shop breeds it in the background in proper surroundings, then surroundings, then that's fair enough. Then you can turn around and say, yeah, we don't mind paying it. But not them when they're being shipped in. That just does my head in. People's greed is doing my head in. Seriously, it is.
Consume.
And it's like the brand new houses. Yet again, that's all down to government as well. And, you know, people are buying these houses that are made out of tissue papers. Oh, look at me. I paid £300,000 for this fantastic 4-bedroom house, which, by the way, one of the bedrooms isn't a 4-bed. It is a box room because you can't put a bloody wardrobe in it or a set of drawers in it. That's not a bedroom. But hey, I just spent all this. Guess what? It's tissue paper, your walls. Your walls are manky. You have plumbing problems because the builder's got no heart in it because that's all they're thinking about. Housing association new buildings don't have a bathroom window. You know, and it's all down to you lot being stupid enough to pay for it. I wouldn't spend £300,000 on a flaming house that you can't even swing a cat in it or a rat or... Oh, that's me having a good rant. It just winds me up now. The only person who can control this and stop this is yourselves. And the minute you all start standing up to everything and you start standing up to the government and you go, no, actually, we are not willing to pay this for property, that's when it'll happen. Because I have cleaned some of these brand new houses. I've gone to some of that meetings, planning meetings, and they've sit there and go, oh, people, you know, they don't snooze their garages. And I put my hand up like you do and I go, well, have you ever knocked on these houses, council, and say to them, oh, by the way, I'm just doing a little survey. I want to know why you don't use your garage. And they'll go, let me think. I don't use my garage because I can't put my car in it because the garage is so small. Or some of them, I got them, what you call it, detectors in them for carbon dioxide in them. So you set up your engine.
Yeah.
That is why
those detectors are so annoying.
You know, people aren't using the garage. They can't fit a car into the garage, and we've had this problem since late 1980s. So the question is, you, as a person, as a consumer,
Yeah,
get it right. That's it. When I get ranted, should turn around and say no. I'm not willing to pay £300,000 for this house. I'm not willing to do that. Remember, you work hard for your money. Not the fact that you work hard, you then have to pay the bank mortgage back, and then you have to pay the interest back. So really start thinking, stop living up to the Joneses, and stop standing your ground with these things, because it's just annoying. It's like weddings. You want to get married. These are the 3 things you were having on the menu. I went to a friend's wedding 10 years ago nearly. Was it 10 years? Either way. Can't even been that long. Back in 12 notes, 8 years ago. And I went to this, I've gone to 2 that I would never, yes, it's very nice. And they go, well, would you get married here? No, I won't get married there. And the faces of the people that are doing the function, oh, but why? For starters, I don't like somebody telling me what I should and shouldn't pay for my food when I'm paying like £10 a head per person. You know, you go there, you're given 3 options of what you're going to eat. Hold on, I'm putting a wedding on. I've booked it to your room because it looks nice. I've got a few single friends that will be potential, hopefully, customers for you, and then you dictate to me what the menu's going to be. I don't think so. I mean, if I ever get married, bloody stick me in a field with a barbecue for all I care. Because it's not the big, oh, look at me, I've put this spread on. To me, it's a party. You know what I mean?
It's just
that's how I see it.
It's just an expensive party.
But and yet again, it's down to yourselves. You go to that place, you turn around and say, oh, actually, no, I don't want this bean salad that I'm going to pay £10 per person a head to have, because I know for a fact half the people won't eat it. I'm not going to pay for that. I don't know where it's gone. I think everything since the 1990s have gone to the dogs. I mean, the houses are just, I think the house, and the tissue papers. The sinks are disgusting.
It's like us, we got put in this house, haven't we? And the amount of times we've basically gone and accidentally dented the walls or something, just by kind of like knocking it with your elbow or something, and suddenly you got like a new hole. It's like, oh. The amount of times like
I won't pay for it. I won't pay for this house.
Pay for this.
I'll really, people out there, you've got to really start thinking and start taking control and start letting the government, and the minute you all start saying no, and this, that, and the other, they're starting to change. Did you know the school that you went to are telling parents that they cannot take their own water bottle in? They have to buy. Now this is, plastic friendly, supposed to be school.
Casterton.
Shh.
Oh, I don't care. Screw Look, guys, never go to Casterton school.
And they are now telling parents that they cannot children cannot take their own bottles in. They have to buy one of their bottles. How wrong is that?
I don't mind naming names of companies if they want to do bad things. Call it out.
But no, I couldn't believe it. I just said you got to report. Yeah, and then if the children don't buy one of their bottles and take their own water bottle in, they're having their water bottle taken off them. And I just think it is a dictatorship school.
Kind of reminds me of that. Was it Nestle company? Yeah. They restricted water from countries like Pakistan or something, and sell it back to them. And they need the water, so they've restricted it, and then they sell it for high prices to them.
I shouldn't do that. I mean, people, we've got to start standing up to all this, because it's just getting ridiculously out of control. Years ago, you could go to Alton Towers, you buy a wristband, you go there for the ride, and then you paid a smaller fee to look around the gardens. And I went there a couple of years ago, and I was absolutely heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken, because they just let the garden go to the dogs. there is a lot. I mean, if I had the money, I'd buy shares in Alton Towers, and I'll give it a freaking kick up its backside what it's needs, because it's all down to that. And I tell you something else that I'm getting really annoyed with is that we are getting Americans' idea about business. Americans don't really know how to run a business. They know how to destroy a business, but they don't really know, because we're getting that shareholders idea. We're getting how they run things. England, what the flaming happened to you lot? You used to be good businessmen. You put into your staff. You give into your staff. You look after your staff. Your staff makes your business better. Yes, don't get me wrong. There are some deadbeats out there. I know. I have dealt with them. But, that's me ranting for about trying to find 15 minutes all in one.
Just a bit of clarification as well, because some people might see these, these overpriced things and be like, but you say not to consume them, but you've gone and bought these expensive headphones.
Only in the sale.
No, not even that, right? It wasn't even bought from the company themselves. It was bought from somebody, like another company that was selling them for like, what is it, a third of the price? So, I ain't paying full price for this. I don't pay full
price for anything.
I only like these because of like the shape, the design, and the colour. Whereas like other headphones, I'm not a fan of, and I like how I can take the cable in and out. But like other than that, I ain't paying full price for it. See them on the website, like what, 300 quid for headphones that don't even last a month? Because remember the last ones, like they didn't even last, did they? And I had to get it replaced.
I know, it's just all that, isn't it? It's just the way it's gone, and these parents that also feed into the kids, you just got to stop. Just it's like getting a phone now. You can't get a phone contract unless you want to do like 50 quid a month. Seriously? Is the brand name phones worth that much money a month? All you've done is updated it by the name, not what it actually does. It's just frustrating. And it puts me off, and I don't want to buy all of it. That's my thing. I just don't want to. I think it's ridiculous. I just think the whole consuming, naming. It's like, oh, look at me, I had the latest phone. Yeah, and what's so big about it? You've gone from a 6 to a 7. Whoopie-doo.
It's like when we were getting my phone, we went through like the whole calculation of what would be the cheaper option, because we wanted to avoid contract altogether. And it worked out better just to get the phone outright, while it was also a little bit cheaper as well, and then get something else which is cheaper to top up on rather than contract.
Oh yeah, it worked out cheaper on the interest on the Visa card.
And then the best bit is, how long to keep it alive for? 5 years?
Yeah.
Something, yeah, for 5 years. So like, avoid spending that dosh.
No, it's true though, and it's because people's attitude is, I've got to get the latest thing. I've got to live up to the Joneses. They have that. I hate it. I tell you, something else puts me off. Christmas shopping now. I used to love Christmas shopping. And I hate it because, the day after Christmas or 2 days before, the sales start kicking in. And you're like, I could have saved myself 6 quid. That 6 quid could take me out on a nice meal.
The only time I'll put that little extra in is if it actually really benefits me. Like and then, like, you've really got to price compare and make sure you get like the lower price of everything. It's like this.
Your little bargain.
Yeah.
I love bargains. I just like a good bargain.
And I made sure I did some good looking on that, and this does brilliantly. And pretty decent price as well. It's like people
when they buy brand name jeans, they spend £300 and it's done in exactly the same factory as Primark. You know what I mean? And you don't even have the quality today. I mean, I got a double fitted sheet for my bed, put it through the wash, pulled it out, and you can't even fit over my bed now. Where years ago you used to buy a fitted sheet and it would last and still fit over your bed. So, because all you now is going to do is, I'm going to get a king size one, so when it shrinks, it still fits over my double bed. So actually, you're not doing yourselves any favour. But it is though, it's true though. If everybody just suddenly stopped spending on the sake of spending and started buying for the proper reasons.
I had some idiot on the internet argue with me once, and I was saying, like, if you really want to challenge a company, stop buying their products. Stop spending on their services. It is not a requirement. Because this was like they're complaining about Hollywood or something, right? About how it's this, that, and the other. And I was like, if you don't like it, stop spending on it. Like, what in Hollywood is essential? Besides the odd entertainment, none of that is essential. Or not besides, but like it's entertainment. It's not essential, yeah. And they're like, oh, but you can't just stop. And it's like, hang on, you guys have made like huge groups to argue these situations. Why don't you come to a huge agreement to stop giving money?
Well, look at that. At that time, I had trouble with Argos. I brought my daughter a very, very expensive laptop, and I could have bought it cheaper over the internet, but I thought no, I'll support.
From their official website.
Yeah, I thought I'll support the local shops. I do this, that, and the other. And I was one day, because I couldn't find the receipt. It's
not really local though.
Argos.
But Argos, but like it's not really a local shop. It's a big corporation.
Yeah, but it's not the point. What I'm saying is, I could have got it over the internet cheaper.
I didn't. Like you rather like have shops open.
I'd rather support shops being open. So I was one day with the receipt. I didn't want a refund. I just wanted to exchange, because when you buy some technology, it is normally designed by the factory's fault, because they pump them out within seconds, and they refused. And they sent it away 3 times. 3 times it's been repaired, and even now it plays up, and I will not spend a single penny with Argos again. And I used to rave about Argos. Most of my house was kitted out in Argos, because I always say if you had a problem, Argos was always hot on the tail and sort things out. Not now. You only just annoy me once in a shop, and that is it. And trading standards, I don't know why they're existing, and we should get rid of them, because our taxpayers' money are keeping them in a job. The people in their offices in a job for what? They don't do anything now. They don't. Trading standards do not serve a purpose anymore. They really don't. So why have we got trading standards? Why is our taxpayers' money paying a building with trading standards in it, the costs of that building, the fixtures and the fittings in that building, the wages, not the fact that we're paying the wages, we're also paying their pensions, because that's what's coming out, because they have to pay a wage, and the wages, blah blah, and the company has to do all that stuff. Why? Trading standards don't have a purpose anymore, because they don't support the consumers. Consumers, what they're there for. So why, as taxpayers, we're paying for something that is not serving a purpose? Because when I try to get support of them, they just give me all this stuff. But under the 1974 Sales of Good Act, if you buy anything electricity to do with electrics, by law, that needs to get replaced no matter what. A policy is not a law. A law is an act. A policy is something that a company brings in. So why didn't Trading Standards support me when I was telling them it is an electric item, blah, 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 and they didn't want to know? So why is my taxpayers' money paying for them to do a job that they're not even doing? If it was me, if I cleaned somebody's house and they no longer require me, they get shot of me. If I massage somebody and they're feeling better and they don't require a massage anymore, they won't book me in again. So why are we paying for trading standards when trading standards don't work under the law of the Act? They're working on a policy. They shouldn't be working on policies. They should be working on the law, because that is what they're supposed to be there for. So they would have wasted time. Unless I wanted to take Argos to court on a laptop that's still not... It's going to cost me 500 quid. £500 I would have to find to take Argos to court. I haven't got 500 to waste.
That's what they're confident about, is because they know people can't afford
to. And it really does do my head in. It's like we used to get legal aid in England. We don't get that anymore now. Unless you're a criminal. Hey, let's go and get some criminal damage done, and I can get a lawyer then to pay it.
I think I might go commit a crime.
Yeah. But by the way, my husband's beat me up black and blue, but I can't get a lawyer to get the money out of my own house because I have to pay for that.
Kind of looked like you're pointing at me. That was a little strange. I don't do any of that, and I'm just the son, okay?
Oh, bless.
That's
That's me having a rant
my
today.
husband beats me black and blue. It's like,
No, I'm not talking about me, but I'm on about in people in general.
I know people in general, but like it's like,
I'll be you, black and blue. But no, you know what I mean. It's just that's me having a good rant today. I just feel like it. That's because I've been
good
quiet all day.
25 minutes worth.
25 minutes of rant. What else shall I rant about? You tell me what I should rant about next week. Send it through Twitter.
Or you could tell us what bothers you. What's your pet peeve? What
well.
grinds your gears?
And then we can discuss it on next week's because we'll be coming off air soon after spending 5 minutes. Do come on there. Yeah, why don't you do that? You tell me what you want to have a good rant about, and we can have one.
Yeah, so drop us any, drop us a comment down below of any things you want to rant about, and we can bring it up. And if you come on the next week's one and join us on the live chat on the side, we can converse. I might even rearrange this thing so we can have the chat sitting on the side, so people
That'd be better.
Because
I keep looking around the screen, I'm like,
yeah, so people can so also the viewers get to see the messages as well as they come on.
You haven't got glass in here, broke glass. Have you ever?
That's what I'm wondering. I felt like
I've just hurt the tip of my toe.
My foot.
You've got a bit of glass somewhere in here. Have you broken
Or
the
stone.
glass?
Not that I know of. I thought it could be a stone.
Well, I will be getting the light on. Look at my hair flopping about. It's still wet.
So yeah, like when even when the live podcasts have ended and you're just watching like the VOD catch up or video on demand or whatever you want to call it. If you go to it's better on YouTube. The YouTube is the main place we go to, but you can do it on Facebook as well or something like that. If you go to youtube.com/Mindstorm Media Pro and then drop a comment below, and we'll read them. We'll read them all. Trust me, we'll read them all.
I'll sit with my glasses on one eye and put my tip in my nose, look like I teach them.
We'll probably do like an evening where we both just kind of sit and read comments if we get enough comments, of course. Like, we'll just sit and read them all, otherwise it's just like one comment, like, oh, okay, so we'll talk about that.
I don't know, I'm still waiting for the King Arthur lark yet.
Yeah.
King Arthur and the Round Tables. I asked somebody else today, and the other day I asked somebody else, and they said, yes, they think he existed because it would have been before King Alfred's time, but not on all the myths, which is true. You know, it's not myths, is it? Because King Alfred would have been fighting him if they were living together. Because it's King Alfred that really started keeping a chronicle of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, you haven't had a word in edgeways today, have you? No. Because I've had a good rant.
It is 6:30 now, so I guess it's time to end this. So remember,
Rant up.
drop your comments below. Let us know what bothers you, like maybe product-wise and companies and all that rubbish.
Tissue houses that are made up.
Speaking of consuming, support our Patreon at patreon.com/Mindstorm Productions. Link is right there. Consume to us. We're the good entertainment. We provide, and we'll go the extra mile if we can. There's rewards if you do it.
Yeah, shut me up.
Gee, like I make one of the rewards. I'll whack a bit of tape on Auntie Ange's mouth.
That's not nice. Wow, wow.
Tie her up, sit her in the corner, keep her quiet for like 30 minutes. In the background.
You're not nice. I've decided.
Nice. But we're the good media, we're the good entertainment. Join us, support us, consume to us. Consume.
You're a fruitcake, you really are.
Because we're just making like the joke about don't consume, and now we're just like consume.
Yeah. No, you consume on the good things, not
on
the
the
bad
good
things.
things.
On the good things. Things that stop the greed of the country.
Because also, if people have good ideas for rewards that I can offer on Patreon, I'll be up for that as well. I really want to improve my Patreon so that, you know, it benefits the viewers and the supporters and all that stuff. So yeah, do that. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at _Mindstorm for me.
And I will be streaming again on Thursday, and it will be Minecraft.
More
What do you think?
Minecraft?
Yeah, I do a bit more Minecraft because I did my house, and I did my bed, and I got my, what have I got? My chest, and what's that thing got? Furnace, and streaming myself back to bed before the monsters come out. So I've avoided the monsters. So far, so
Gotta
good.
fight them soon.
No.
Follow Auntie Ange on Twitter at Auntie Ange Game. Like, which way am I pointing? That way. There we go. It's all down there in the corner if you're watching.
Yep, and we'll probably catch you next week.
Follow, like,
See you later.
the Facebook page, wherever you're watching this from.
Yeah, give me another good rant. I like a good rant.
Alright, cheers for
See you
watching,
later.
everyone.
Bye.